Welcome to The Waypoint, a short monthly dose of outdoor and adventure travel industry news and analysis from industry thought leaders who give us their real-time insights regarding trends impacting your business as the year progresses. We'll drop an outdoor Waypoint episode on the first Wednesday of each month, adventure travel on the second Wednesday of each month, product trends on the third Wednesday of each month, and we're trying to record live at a venue or campsite near you on the fourth Wednesday of each month. Hit us up if you'd like to host us or have an adventure we need to join. This episode of Waypoint is all about product. Last month, the Outdoor Biz converged on Denver for the Winter Outdoor Retailer Show, and I saw plenty of great new products. Those products will hit store shelves later this year, so this episode is my conversation with A16 buyer Christo Kuzmich, and we talk about this year's products. Christo and I talk about some of the great new gear you'll see on outdoor retailer shelves this spring, maybe even now in some of them. Get your shopping list ready. Hey, Christo, how's it going? Good to chat with you this morning. Spring is in the air, and you and I both just got back from the Outdoor Retailer Show and saw a lot of cool stuff that's coming out in the future, but I thought we'd talk about what people are going to see in the stores in the next couple months. Spring things.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Sounds good. There's also a chance to see those products in their final form, because often when you're that far out, you're looking at it with not quite ready for prime time.
That's true. The
prototypes.
The most used line in sales is "It's like this, but a little different."
Yeah, it's like this, but completely different.
Yeah, that happens too sometimes.
And I put on my sample goggles and I go, "Oh, those look great."
Right. That's beautiful. I'll take 27.
Exactly.
So let's talk about footwear. What's going on in footwear? What do people going to see?
Well, A16 is prides itself in being a specialty outdoor shop in Southern California, and we're always looking for something that you can't get on the internet, and that's been a challenge for I think every specialty outdoor shop. And one of the products I'm most excited about in footwear is from Technica, and it's their Forge customizable hiking boots.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're very cool. They kind of took the technology from their ski boots, where you would heat and then use pumps to literally press the shell and liner against you, and they're applying it to their hiking boots.
Interesting. So do you have to have another piece of equipment there to heat them? How do you heat them? Yeah,
you have a piece of equipment to heat and a piece of equipment to apply the pressure.
Okay.
And it's all in a rolling case. They've done a really good job with it. Takes, I don't know, probably 20 minutes total.
Oh, wow. Cool.
But you mold the footbed first, and we've done custom footbeds for years here.
Right.
But you do a footbed, and then you put that into the boot and mold the boot, and you're molding the heel cup area and kind of across the hand of the boot and on the side. So it's pretty nice.
Oh, very nice. I'll have to come check those out when I'm down there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else in footwear that you're bringing in new?
In socks, it'd be the Wigwam peak to pub socks.
Okay.
And, color is in, and, we've definitely been going from your plain grays and browns to patterns and that. And we've done a pretty good job in high quality wool socks. We carry fun patterns and colors from Darn Tough and Stance and Smart Wool, and Wigwam's now doing it with their synthetic socks, which are, yeah, especially in our neck of the woods, synthetics for a high quality synthetic for desert or even just middle of summer hiking is a good option to have, especially if it doesn't affect the fit. If it fits like your traditional wool sock that you've been wearing, it's a good 3-month sock during the summer to have, and this adds a little more fun to it. Right. I'm actually wearing a pair today.
Nice,
because
awesome.
It's like cold in San Diego.
It's finally cold up here in Bishop, although it's not no moisture. We had a big fire blow up last night down in Pleasant Valley Campground. I think I haven't been down there to look yet, but that was all the excitement last night. But looks like they got it pretty well.
Glad they got it under control.
I haven't read the incident report yet, but I got to look at that this morning. So what about your pack selection? What's going on there?
A couple new things in our pack selection, and surprisingly enough, they're in some of the larger sizes.
Oh.
Osprey has come out with their Aether and Ariel Pros, which are lighter weight versions of their Aether and Ariel. It's funny. Many products have that life cycle, and I kind of liken it to a car where it comes out, and the first year it might be a little sketchy, and then the second year they've dialed in all the little details on it, and the third and fourth year they start adding some features, and before you know it, it's heavier and bigger and
Right.
nothing like the original one. And these are really back to kind of the original Aether and Ariels, where
Nice.
they're lighter weight load carriers, and so we're excited to have those. Another thing, and this is really more in the larger category too, is Mystery Ranch has their Terra frame with their overload feature.
Oh.
And what that is it's basically the body of the pack is suspended away from the frame by a couple buckles, and it allows you to put awkward loads in between there.
Huh.
So,
interesting.
It comes from their hiking. And it comes from their hunting program where, if you need to carry part of a dead elk or something, you had a weird load.
Right.
But this, for like me as a dad, where I want to carry one size pack generally, and then, my kids then bonk out and I got to carry their packs too. This is kind of a nice option.
Right.
Or if I just got to carry extra stuff.
Huh. Cool. Yeah, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Those guys are doing some pretty cool new stuff. And also, I love that they're still hanging with some of the traditional Dana design influence. That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. And how about
quality stuff?
Yeah, good stuff. And how about tents and sleeping bags?
Tents, the one I'm most excited about, and this is kind of humorous considering all the, hoity-toity companies, and I don't want to say that, but the upper end companies that we typically deal with.
Uh-huh.
Eureka is coming out with the Mountain Pass convertible tent in 2 and 3 person versions. And a convertible tent is great for us because we tend to have a lot of people who camp, in windier and sandier conditions, like down into Baja or in J-Tree, or maybe do some light winter camping. And they don't need a full blown 4-season tent, but they want something that can, they can handle some variable conditions. Last night would have been a great example. Super windy, chilly.
Yeah.
You want to have something a little more stout and keep the blowing junk from getting in your tent. And these are actually affordable tents.
Well, that's good too, because there's a lot of folks that are getting into hiking and camping, and they're a lot of them probably are never going to come to the Sierra, but they're going to go camping in the weekends down in state parks down there and whatnot, and having affordable equipment that's not built to withstand the rigors of Mount Whitney is fine for them.
And this actually is. I mean, aluminum poles, high quality zippers. I've checked it out. I would love to use one of these tents.
Yeah, awesome.
So I mean, it's not. It's a perfectly functional tent. What it isn't is so exotic in its materials that it costs $500-$600. A lot more affordable price range.
Right. Excellent. And how about sleeping bags?
Okay, well, let's go back to exotic.
I've seen some interesting concepts that I've talked to some folks about, but I haven't seen those at retail yet.
Yeah, so we're a huge Western mountaineering vendor, and so we sell a lot of their stuff. We're going to be getting in the Western mountaineering quilts. They're finally getting into that category.
Okay.
And their Astrolight, which is about a 26-degree quilt, and a Nanolight, which is about a 38-degree quilt. Pretty cool. We've been fortunate enough that they've been working with some of our people here with prototypes, and they've gotten a chance to go out and use them and give some feedback, and it's resulted in changes.
That's
so
great.
You'll see that out in the next month or so. You'll get it here first.
Awesome. Well, we'll check that out too. And how about our camp kitchens? What are some of the new must-haves to make cooking and cleanup simple and fun?
Camp kitchen's kind of gone a couple different ways. One, from a versatility standpoint, MSR has really branched out their wind burner, and it's now available with a remote stove setup, which was no heavier than the canister top.
Wow. And
it has capacities down from under 1 liter to 4.5 liter stock pot that hooks into the wind burner system. So you can,
nice.
It's great. And, being a cookie like myself who will go anywhere from just going solo to cooking for a lot of people, this really allows you to tailor your cookware assortment to what you're going to be doing. So great. Just what I need is another stove and cookware setup. But,
hey,
that's the way it goes.
It is what it is, right? Some of us have burdens we have to carry.
Yeah. Also, if you're not going with the full system like that, Sea to Summit's come out with their Alpha cookware, which is really nice. You can get it once again in a variety of different sizes. It's a high quality, hard anodized set with nonstick, and it's just got a lot of some really user friendly features to it that I like.
Awesome, cool. Well, we'll link to all the stuff in the show notes. That's great.
Cool,
I'm sure
cool.
we can find that.
Yeah, I'm sure that you can find the links on it. Another one, like for more of the car campers, and we found a pretty good niche for us in higher quality car camping that's not crazy priced, but still, really good. And I'm going to kind of go back to Eureka on that. Their Spitfire LX stove. That thing goes 8 full turns from off all the way to full blast. So it's got really good simmer control. And you can link them together. And once again, if you like to have a stove that you're not just going to burn everything or have it turned off, it's a really cool stove. So we've been pretty excited about that and have been selling them pretty well. It's definitely a step up in terms of price from your average 2-burner camp stove. But if you've ever, turned pancakes into biscuits, into hockey pucks, this is a great alternative. And the other thing that we've seen a lot of increase in is we're doing refillable propane canisters.
Yeah, you guys have been doing that for a while. That is very cool. I love that concept.
Yeah. We launched it about 2 summers ago, and it's really starting to take effect, and it just makes sense. I mean, come on. How many? I'm going to ask all the people out there to listen, how many somewhat full propane canisters do you have in your garage?
Right. You mark them and you do your best to try to keep track of them and use them. But you're right.
Yeah. And the nice thing about these is you can fill them at home. You can get them, you can exchange them like a normal propane canister. You can exchange them here at A16, but you always go out on the road with a full canister.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
And you're not contributing to the land waste.
Exactly. That's much needed. Yeah. That's awesome. We'll link to that and make sure we mention that in a few of the social posts too. That's fabulous.
Cool. Yeah. I would just like, I'd like to see that where it gets to the point where literally they're at Home Depot. Now, I don't want to have the competition against me, but from an environmental standpoint, it really makes sense. We just need to do this.
Or get them at all the, the ranger stations and all the places where people go to get information and permits. Of course, we do permits online now, but that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yep.
And how about those through hikers that are coming through? Is there something that they must have in their pack they can't live without?
Well, some of the cool things that we've done here at A16 is we're the closest specialty shop to the beginning of the PCT.
Right.
And last year we helped provide some hiker services where we brought them from some trail angels here that would put people up, and we'd drive them out to our store for last minute supplies.
Yep.
So we've bought into a lot more of what they were needing from last year. We learned from that. But a couple things that, are larger things. Osprey's come out with some new packs, the Levity and the Lumina, and they're really, they're I hate to use the term ultralight, but they're ultralight packs. It's like soft shell. It means different things to different people.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's once again kind of been perverted into a totally different marketing spin than what it really was. But these packs are really light and capable of carrying realistic loads that a thru hiker is going to carry.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So they're pretty cool. And they come in a 45 and a 60 liter version. So, I mean, most of them are going to go with 45.
Yeah.
And maybe some will need a 60, but those are great packs. And another one, if you're somebody who just needs a good night's sleep and isn't going to use a foam pad, Big Agnes is coming out with their Axle pad, which is very lightweight for its comfort range.
Cool. We'll check those out too. And have we missed anything?
Couple things.
Yeah.
Nemo's Stargaze recliners, the kind of generation 1.5 is coming out, and those are super comfy. If you haven't sat in one of those,
cool.
It's a camp chair. You're not going to take it backpacking, but for around camp, it's super nice.
We all camp at the trailhead before we go backpacking.
Exactly.
Most of us anyway.
And some of us never make it onto the trail, out backpacking. So depends on what your trip is, right?
That's right. And what was the other thing?
Oh, I was just saying, we're continuing to increase the size of our rental program.
Okay. Yep.
We found that a lot of people they don't want to own all the gear necessary for everything they're going to do.
Right.
And maybe it's they don't do it often enough. Maybe it's I don't have the space for it, or they don't want to maintain it, or they just want a simpler lifestyle and they want it when they want it. So we're continuing to improve our rental program. Some things that we're bringing in are some Spot Gen 3 satellite messengers.
Oh, interesting. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to own those all the time, but you can come get it here for a trip when you need it.
Yeah.
Again, those refillable propane canisters, and we're just branching out in different ways. One of the things we did was we brought in some Yeti coolers as rentals, and they actually rent out quite often.
Yeah. That's a good idea. And you guys have stores in San Diego, Solana Beach, and West LA, so everybody in Southern California can go and get their gear and come on up for a backpack trip to the Sierra, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. And how can people get in touch with you if they have some questions?
Easy enough. My email address is Christo, CHRISTO, @adventure16.com.
That's pretty simple. We'll put that in the show notes. Well, thanks, Christo. It's been great talking to you. And,
good talking to you too, Rick.
Yeah,
see you when you come down here next.
Yeah, see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Bye. If you want more of The Waypoint, You can subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher, or go to the outdoorbizpodcast.com, where you find all the episodes, show notes, and much, much more. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Outdoor Biz Podcast, Twitter at Rick_Saez, that's S-A-E-Z, and by email at rick@theoutdoorbizpodcast.com. Thanks for listening and all the support. A huge shout out to all my guests, and until next time, make time to get outside.